After August of 2024, the way that you buy a home in this country will be completely different because of a recent lawsuit involving the National Association of Realtors. So in this video, I'm going to explain what happened and how you can buy a home in the Los Angeles area after August 2024. Hi, my name is felipecrook with eXp Realty. I've been a realtor for over 21 years, and this is a monumental shift in the real estate industry. Let me give you some context of what has happened. So for the last 100 years or more, sellers have hired a listing agent to sell their property. And in that listing agreement, they will offer some kind of compensation to the buyer's agent. Now, that listing commission has always been negotiable, but there was a class action lawsuit that a lot of homeowners brought against the National Association of Realtors, saying that they were price fixing and violating antitrust laws. Well, the National Association of Realtors decided to settle this case for $435 million. And one of the big caveats of that is some specific things regarding buyer's agency. So moving forward, one of the specifications that you have to do after August 17th of 2024 is any person who wants to see a property will now have to sign a buyer's broker agreement with a buyer's agent outlining the services that they're going to offer and compensation to the buyer's agent. So the days of just calling some random agent up and showing the property are gone after August 17th. So the entire goal of this lawsuit was to have more transparency. So for buyers, this is going to impact you a lot. The number one thing is transparency and commitment. Once you've signed a buyer broker agreement, you know who is representing you, what kind of services they're offering, and if there's any compensation due to your buyer's agent. The second benefit to buyers is that you will get better representation because this is going to affect a lot of buyer's agents, and those who do not have the skills and the experience are going to get out of the business. This also gives you an opportunity to interview agents and make sure that you are in alignment with the services that they offer and the kind of services you want, plus the compensation that they're requiring. And three, it will discuss potential costs. So you know exactly what you're getting into before you even take a look at a property. So moving forward, if a buyer wants to see a property, they will need to sign a buyer broker agreement. But that buyer's agent will now have to contact each listing agent on each property that the buyer wants to see and ask if the seller is offering any kind of compensation to the buyer's agent. And if the seller is offering something to the buyer's agent, depending on what your buyer's agreement is, the buyer will not have to come out of pocket for a compensation for the buyer's agent. I think that this is actually going to be the situation moving forward. So it is almost the same as if it was in the past. However, there are going to be some adjustments. Now, if a seller is not willing to offer any kind of compensation to the buyer's agent, then that would be the buyer's responsibility. If the buyer does not have the financial means in order to pay the commission for a buyer's agent, then that might be a property that is not available to the buyer. Now, if you are a seller, the listing commission has always been negotiable. There has never been a standard listing commission. So if you decide that you want to offer a buyer's agent commission, I think that is a smart thing because a lot of buyers are not financially able to pay a buyer's agent compensation, which means your pool of available buyers that can afford your home will be a lot smaller. The bigger pool of buyers that you have, the more opportunities you have to get offers, which tends to, if you have multiple offers, drive your price up. If you have a limited amount of buyers in that pool, then you're going to get fewer options to choose from. But again, that has always been negotiable, and you do not have to pay a buyer's agent commission if you don't want. If that is the case, you and your listing agent are going to discuss the timing and the price of the property because that could affect how your home sells. But every single situation is different. If you are a buyer and you're thinking about buying a home the rest of this year or into 2025, I have a really great free buyer's guide that is located in the link in my description, or you can text me at 213-268-6832. Now, if you are a seller and if you want an idea of what your home is worth and the kind of marketing that I do for all of my listings, there is a link there that you can plug in your information and get an instant home value. Obviously, I need to see your property to give you an accurate idea of your home's worth and some recommendations that I always give to sellers to maximize your profits. But if you'd like me to stop by, I'm more than happy to do that. There's also a link that you can chat with me over Zoom if that is easier for you as well. My name is felipecrook with eXp Realty. It's a lot of big changes happening in our industry right now, but I'm at the forefront of knowing what to do and and how to educate my buyers and sellers. So if you have any other questions, let me know. And again, my name is Felipecrook, investing in your dreams.